Hello, me again. This is gonna be a little different video. I don't want to do it forever. Seeing 6 months ago, everyone was doing a Fancast, and I'm really excited for it. And if you've seen me around the internet before, you know I'm a huge X-Men fan. So this really, sorry, I'm looking at the voice recorder, just rooting me out. And I just really want to see the X-Men recast right. This isn't going to be one of those, like Brian Seeker got me started on this, inspired me. Okay. Professional sounding videos. I'm just going to roll with it like my other ones, for good or for ill. You might agree with me, you might disagree. I might get hate comments, who knows? But it's 1:16 a.m. I am just lit right now. I'm awake. I fell asleep and I woke up. No, not bad lit, good lit. So let's light this candle. First up is obviously Professor Xavier. Patrick Stewart did a great job with the role. The 3 short movies we had in the Days of Future Past. And I think the only suitable replacement in my mind is Ben Kingsley. I know what you're thinking. He was in Iron Man 3, and he's been in the MCU already, but I don't really care. He's a great actor in what I've seen him in. That's another thing. I haven't watched a lot of movies, so he's just kind of, I looked them up. They looked okay for the part. Threw him in there. Whatever. Anyway, Ben Kingsley has he's got good acting range. You know? He's got that Patrick Stewart kind of look. He's got the acting range. I've seen him what I've seen him and I liked. I saw him in Ender's Game. He was just phenomenal. So he's got that range, he can play with it because he was so silly in Iron Man 3. And he's an all-around good actor. Okay, our next pick is Cyclops, the leader. He didn't get that much screen time in the other movies. Funny story, nice to do forums. I just read somebody saying that their friend didn't even remember Cyclops, so that's pretty horrible. And that proves how much I don't plan these videos out. I was gonna say, I've got some little plot points I wanted to bring out, but we'll save those for the end. My pick for Cyclops is Jensen Ackles. I haven't seen him much. I'm not a Supernatural fan. But if you can carry a show for, 8 to 10 seasons, so that pretty much proves you're good. You have good acting ability. You can garner an audience. Yeah, you think Cyclops, you don't really think Jensen Ackles, but he's kind of got that strong jaw look. He's really not my type, personally, which is strange, because I say wait, this pasty white boy with stubble, but he doesn't really do it for me for some reason. Besides from looks, he's got a good voice. He's got one of those deep, commanding voices. You kind of pay attention to it. And that's about all I have to say for him. We're not gonna see much of his eyes during the movie, obviously. That was another thing I wanted. I wanted adult actors. We've moved past the whole let's make the X-Men teenagers thing. I just want to see them as adults like they were in the 90s cartoon. So next up is Jean Grey. This was kind of difficult. I think I had like 2 or 3 actresses picked out for. But looks wise, I saw Claire Ferguson in one of Brian's videos, and he cast her as Rogue. And pretty much everyone disagreed she wouldn't make a good Rogue. But somebody on Twitter like Gespard Ulliel or something to that effect. I can't remember now. And I was like, that could work. And I found this picture of her, and that doesn't look like Jean Grey. I don't know who does. You know? I don't know if I've seen her or anything. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of movies, but she's got the right look. This is what happens when you don't have a in front of you. There's a lot of uhs and ums. From what little I've seen of her in clips and things, she could probably fill the role really well. In my head, we would not touch the Phoenix Saga again. We've been down the road twice now, and it didn't go well, but I think she could really work Jean's character and do it justice. Now let's bring it justice. Okay, next up is one of my favorite characters ever, and that's Rogue. And this actress, again, don't know much about her, but I was looking around and I found a site for Fancast, and she had that look to her, and I was like, that could work too, why not? It's not gonna happen, so we can just go nuts, right? And her name is Alexandra Daddario. She had a really good IMDb profile. It was really extensive, and that's the one thing I wanted. If I couldn't watch the movie or whatever they were in, or I don't have time all day to watch movies. No one does. And I wanted them to have. I didn't want them to be like have 2 parts and throw them to the sharks, you know. And with Rogue, I was so particular because I want this to be kind of a Jim Lee era X-Men, a little bit. The only one I'm missing is Beast, but he comes in later. I'm gonna do more than one video. For Rogue, I want her to just be like the girls want to be her, the guys want to be with her type thing. Just jaw-droppingly beautiful. And this Alexandra really knocks it out of the park there. She might be a little young looking now, looking at her picture again, but whatever. In the cartoon animation, she was probably around 25, 30 years old. So this works. It's up in the air whether she could do the southern accent right. And attack one is all around, because if you don't know, she was supposed to be Kitty Pryde originally, and that's why she came out kind of bland. I know a lot of people might disagree with me because they did enjoy how she was portrayed, but lots of people didn't, I'm sure. But you know, whatever said, concerned with that. She's moved on from that role and can start fresh. So Alexandra Daddario for Rogue. Now, I've been on the internet since I was actively on the internet since I was about 15. If you've seen my stuff, you know I'm a little tiny bit obsessed with Gambit. Alright. You've seen the fanfics. You might have seen the fan art, I don't know. So I'm really excited to cast Gambit again. Taylor Kitsch did a good job. So good a job that I've been a fan of his since 2009. But what I wanted for Gambit was just the right look, the right what's the word I'm looking for? The right feel, presence, the right presence. Because not anyone can have the kind of charisma he has and do it convincingly. Everybody wants Gespard Ulliel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, sorry. Or I'm like, it's either that or it's Scott Eastwood. Like I said, in particular. So anyway, 2017, an Instagram model named Nick Bateman did a fan film of Gambit. The second villain screen, I was like, oh my gosh, he looks just like Gambit. My mind was blown. I know I was drooling, I was smiling huge. And I saw his first fan film, like I was really impressed. Second fan film is not as impressed. We don't want to go there. I just didn't like it. Parts of it. Yeah. Anyway, there's one little problem though with Nick. The accent's okay. Looks great. His acting is just, I don't know how to put it into words. It's like he's just on the edge of being perfectly convincing, but he's not there. I don't know how else to put it. It's like he's almost there. He just needs like emote or something. I didn't go to acting school or anything. I was homeschooled, so I didn't take like theater like some kids, because there wasn't a theater when you're homeschooled. There's something about his performance that just doesn't hit home, and I wanted to hit home so bad. And you see now I'm getting more articulate. I'm not doing the ums anymore. The passion is flowing. There's the others again. I don't know. I think he needs a few more. Like, he's in Hallmark. Maybe a few more Hallmark movies under his belt. So it's not Hallmark, so not so schmaltzy and perfect. Maybe like a TV show or something to get that acting range up, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. So he can play Gambit a little better than he has in the past. Because if he could just get where he wanted to be acting wise, hey, he's got it in the bag, you know? So, Nick Bateman for Gambit, pending. I can't really think of anyone else that really want to play him. Anyone else better than Channing Tatum at this point? Even or Gespard, he's a ukulele. That guy. Anybody better than Channing Tatum? I had posted rants. Yeah. Moving on. Next up, I know not everyone is a fan of her, but I like Jubilee. She's cute and innocent. She's got sparkly fireworks powers. She does get a little annoying sometimes, but I've seen worse. I was gonna say Neelix from Star Trek Voyager. She's not that level of obnoxious. Again, generally X-Men original series cast. My pick is Jamie Chung. I've seen her in a couple things, and she was really good. She's not a bad actress by any means, from what I've seen. She's a little older, and that's what I wanted, like I said, but she's still young enough to kind of be that youthful Jubilee we're all familiar with. She could probably play it either or. Do younger Jubilee, like late teens, or maybe 20s, even mid-20s Jubilee. I don't have much to say about her, really. Just a solid character. And she's bringing in the race representation, Asian representation. You know, X-Men is a really it's not like DC is. A lot of other Marvel properties where there's a lot of white people. So that's nice, and I'm mixed race, so I appreciate that. I mean, we're not Asian, Hispanic, white. I always appreciate when it's not a fully white cast. Okay, next up, Psylocke. I don't know much about Psylocke, but she's always seemed kind of interesting. She just hasn't gotten a lot of representation in any X-Men media, not the cartoons, definitely not the movies. The movies were just, I go on with my life pretending X-Men 3 does not exist. The other movies, she got done dirty, really. So I was thinking we could start over. Throw her in my cast. My pick for her is someone named Chastity Ballesteros. Again, I'm pretty sure she had a really extensive profile in an Internet Movie Database, so that was good. As far as I know, she looks Asian. I couldn't find anything on her ethnicity, so either or again. But she posts pictures on her, and she does look really similar as Psylocke looks in the comics. Psylocke's history is really, like most X-Men characters, are really kind of, we'll say messy, convoluted, confusing. I think you don't want to confuse the general audience very much. So, I thought we could kind of water down, simplify it a little bit. I think she got body switch rematch or something. So, we can just simplify that down to something else. This will keep it kind of similar. That's about all I have to say about that. I tried. Yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's probably not a good time to do this after midnight, but I don't care. It took me forever just to get one song converted. And for getting it off iTunes, it's just ridiculous. The hoops you have to jump through to verify things. I say sometimes I hate technology, but we live in a technological society, do we not? In America, it's everywhere. Yay. In most countries, it's everywhere. Yeah, don't listen to me. Like I said, after midnight. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. There'll be more to come. I'm gonna do, I got a Luke. 3 different teams, and then a set of villains. Now I have my notes up, I can look at this. So, my notes were, Rogue and Remy are definitely a thing. For some reason I put Phoenix is kind of in the background. I'm not sure what I meant by that right now. I think maybe, I don't know if I meant Jean or what, but I'll disregard that. Like I said earlier, Cyclops means something this time. And everyone gets their attention and there's balance. So I want all the characters. I don't want anyone overshadowing anyone else. You know? Like, had 4 movies. Let's say 5 movies focusing on Wolverine. That's more than enough. And he did not make it into any of my X-Men lists. Great, right? Little break from Wolverine. I know he's got some fans, but I think we had enough So that's my opinion. You can agree with it if you want. This video is now 20 minutes long. It's a little longer than I planned on. I thought it was going to be like 15. But thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye. I'm outie.